What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the release. Okay, important message before we get into this one, okay? This video is sponsored by Basketball Empire, okay? Y'all see the logo. Y'all see the logo.
Yes, sir.
All right? Look at that, all right? They make nice, comfortable, cool-ass clothing, all right? Look at this stuff I'm wearing. Look at that logo. That's cool as hell. That's fire as hell. Look at this. On the back, too. On the back.
Yeah, it's nice.
On the back, they got the whole array of things. They got phone cases, they got hats, they got sweaters, they got hoodies, they got t-shirts, they got long sleeves, they got everything. They got beanies, man. They got stuff for every type of weather, all type of stuff, you know, and it's amazing. So if you guys are looking for that stuff, use code the release. I'll put it up on the screen here. I'll put it in the comment section. Use code the release for 15% off your next order. Because trust me, it's worth it. Because this clothing is comfortable as hell. Not to mention that every time I've worn the sweater, I bald like crazy. But it's okay. That aside, I want to thank Basketball Empire for helping with this.
Yep.
A lot of confidence for the future. But now we're going to get into the video. Okay. So you guys might be wondering, what are we going to be talking about today? Okay. There's not much that's been going on. However, for our basketball fans out there that have been looking at the Eastern Conference, it is crazy. It's crazy. From first seed to sixth seed, the amount of wins goes 50, 49, 48, 47, 46. And so on. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. So today we're going to be talking about the East. But first off, I just like to bring something to the attention of everyone. Giannis Antetokounmpo is the best player in the world. I don't believe this is a debate. It is a debate. However, it has been for the past couple days. I saw Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp arguing this. Skip Bayless got.
You saw the Nick Wright thing?
I did see the Nick Wright thing.
Oh, just for anybody who doesn't know, so Nick Wright and Kevin Durant gone back and forth because Nick Wright called Kevin Durant the second best player for life. He said you were second in the decade to LeBron. You were second. And now that you passed LeBron, now Giannis is better than you. You were the second pick in the draft. You were second in high school. And you're the second best player for life. Bah.
Is he wrong?
It's the crazy thing though. Like that's rude. That's 100%. That's foul, even for me, bro. This guy brought up his high school rankings and his draft.
He wrong though? That's my question.
He's not wrong.
Because
listen, he's not wrong.
Because KD's been the best player in the world before.
The second best player.
Do you think he's been the best player in the world before? I think for like a season. You know what? No. He's been the best player in the playoffs before.
Yeah.
That's it. But there seems to be this ongoing thing. Is Giannis Antetokounmpo really better than Kevin Durant? And not talking all time, not talking anything like this, okay? Just straight up this season? Hell yeah! He gave Embiid 44 and he gave Embiid 40 and KD 44.
Yep. Because let's be honest, right? Like other than like offensive bag, what is KD better at Giannis at? Other than offensive versatility.
And it's just versatility. Giannis is at this point in time is scoring more and scoring better than KD. Not saying that he's a better scorer. I'm saying at this time he's scoring more.
Yes.
Right.
The thing is that KD, he's one of the few top 5 players in the league where he's only elite at one thing.
Yeah.
Giannis is elite at multiple things. Embiid's elite at multiple things. So is Jokic, for example. Even LeBron is, right? So it's like, I'm not saying that all those guys are better than KD, but I'm just saying like Giannis, he's giving you 30 while he's going to win DPOY this year.
Yeah, easily. Possibly another MVP. Listen, man. I said last episode, I'm saying Joel Embiid, and I'm still going to stick with that. But he just gave my MVP 40 points. So if Giannis wins, I'm not upset. But Giannis really might have another MVP and DPOY season. That's going to be crazy.
The thing is, the 3 MVP club, that's a special club, man.
It's
I don't think people understand.
You got LeBron James. You got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. You got who else? MJ,
Wilt, Bird, Magic.
I was about to say.
Also,
Steph won 3 or is he only won 2?
Only 2. Quiet as kept. Most people don't know. Moses Malone's in that category as well.
He is
one of the most underrated players ever. But yes, I'm trying to remember. There's somebody else who's in that category. Keep on talking. Yeah, I think those are the main ones, but
Yeah.
there's someone that I'm missing at least. I feel
Yeah.
like.
Well, we'll get back to that later. But man, just Giannis is tallying up names right now. He's going up to everyone. He gave the Lakers everything. So look, as of right now, the top MVP candidates, he's 1-1 versus Jokic.
Mm-hmm.
0-2 versus LeBron. And he's 1-2 versus Embiid. He is tallying these friggin' names up. He's giving each of these guys 40 plus, and he's murdering them. But speaking of Giannis, speaking of the Bucks, possibly the best team in the Eastern Conference right now, is the East officially the best conference in the world right now, or are we still giving that to the West?
I will say this right now. Currently, the East is better. Now, to be fair to the West, a lot of the West has to do with injuries, right? Particularly with the Clippers and Nuggets, because if those teams are healthy, we're having a different conversation about what conference is better. Like,
of course, we are.
Especially the Clippers, with the fact that they've been 8th with, again, Ty Lue, Coach of the Year candidate. We need to put some respect on that. The fact that they're in the play-in with mostly missing. Yes, he is, bro. The fact that they're in the plane, despite the fact that they've missed their best 2 players for a good majority of the season.
We'll get back to that Coach of the Year conversation later.
Because the fact that they have a better record than the Lakers, that says a lot about coaching, man. But that says,
hey, man, you know what? I'll give it to you. He's a good coach. But the East has been crazy this year. There's been a constant battle for first.
Mm-hmm.
So who do you think will prevail in the end? Who do you think is going to have that first seed at the very end of things?
I think the Heat will have the first seed. Now, I don't think they're going to go to the finals, but they're going to have the first seed. Now, personally, I wouldn't want the first seed if I'm a team, because I don't like the prospect of versing the Nets in the first round. It's not something I want to deal with.
That's championship DNA. People that like I understand they're injured and they're hurt, but that's still championship DNA.
Because the thing is that that's the best offensive team in the league. So, I mean, and if you're the Heat, again, I like Jimmy Butler, bro, but like you versing KD and Kyrie. I mean, KD's better than you, obviously. And the gap between a healthy Kyrie and a healthy Jimmy isn't even that big. So, I mean, I think the Celtics side, I think the Heat will get the first seed. So I think, but I don't. That's a bad matchup for them.
Yeah.
The Celtics, they lost Robert Williams, so that's a big loss. That's a huge loss.
I don't think they could do much with that anymore. They're still doing quite well, but it's going to be so tough without Robert Williams. So tough.
Yeah.
Yep. So there's that. So then. We have the first seed. Personally, I think the Heat will prevail with the first seed too. Yeah. It'll be tough because as of right now, they're gonna face the Nets.
Again, if I'm the Heat, I don't want the first seed. If I'm any team, I don't want the first seed.
Yeah, they're gonna face, because what the play-in is right now, it's the Hornets versus the Nets and the Cavs versus the Hawks. So they'll play any one of those 4 teams. And they should be scared of the Nets and the Nets only. So, and the Nets are almost guaranteed to win that. So
they'll beat the Hornets, and they should beat the Hawks or the Cavs. So
especially because the Cavs are injured badly right now. But speaking of the seeding type stuff, okay, what do you think the Eastern Conference Finals are going to look like? What do you think that's going to be?
Okay, you're gonna have to ask me based off of seeding, but looking at it right now, I'm gonna say it's gonna be the Bucks, and so they're 2-3 seed. They beat the Raptors in the first round, but then they beat the Celtics. I'm gonna say Bucks and Nets, and then
you're saying Nets, eh?
Yeah, I'm gonna say the Nets have a first round upset, 7 games against the Heat. Then they go to the conference finals, and then we get another nice 7-game series there. And the Bucks go to the finals. That's my prediction.
Amen. Listen,
and that changes based off the seeding, because if the Nets go to like the 7th seed, no, that's a different story. Yeah. Then the Heat will make the conference finals. We won't have anybody to face, really.
If the Nets make the 7th seed, it's gonna be Bucks versus Heat.
Yeah.
And if the Nets stay the 8th seed, it's still gonna be Bucks versus Heat.
Oh yeah, I mean you're big Heat man. So
I'm big on the Heat, man. I'm a Heat. I believe in them. I believe in the Heat, bro. I've been saying this ever since they surprised me in the bubble. Mm-hmm. They surprised me that one season, and I've had hope in them ever since. And hey, man, they've proven not to just be a a regular season team like some teams, aka the Utah Jazz, who are barely a regular season team this year.
Yeah, I mean, teams are good now. That's it, man.
Listen, dog, the Heat are crazy. Like the crazy defensively. Jimmy Butler's finally being consistent. So if he could keep that up for the playoffs, and he could give them a couple more triple doubles, put the team on his back, or if they can decide who's going to lead them in the playoffs, that's cool. And speaking of the Heat in the playoffs, you see that fight between Udonis Haslem and Dwayne Wade. Oh my goodness, Udonis Haslem and Jimmy Butler. My bad. So Dwayne Wade texted Erik Spoelstra after that and says, "Looks like you guys are playoff ready." So I found that crazy because that's like it's part of the game, right? And the fact that he's like, "Oh yeah, it looks like you guys are playoff ready," and the fact that they're able to resolve that and then go out and just still win the game and keep winning games and games and games and games, even with that internal conflict, means that there's a true brotherhood there, and that means these guys are prepared to win this damn championship because that's family. Because families.
Jimmy Butler forgot who he was, man. He was yelling at Spoelstra. Spoelstra's like, "Bro, I yelled at Dwayne Wade. Who are you?"
No, it's true. He's yelled at Dwayne Wade. Is Jimmy Butler even top 75 all time?
Nah, and this guy, Spoelstra's not going to take that from you. Like, what?
And then Udonis Haslem, "I will beat your ass. I'll beat your ass." I'm like, damn.
He's a spokesman, man. He's the elder spokesman of the Heat, man. So
bro.
Fan favorite.
I could be LeBron James. I'm not messing with Udonis Haslem.
Yeah.
He's a monster. Hey, man. But we're talking about all this seeding and type of stuff, okay? We're talking about coaches now, all right? Because you can't get anywhere without coaches. You can't be. So who's the best coach in the East so far? Who do you think is kind of giving their team the extra boost? So you got the players, but they can't get there without that coach. Who do you think that's
I'm going to say the best coach in my coach of the year pick is Erik Spoelstra. Second best in the East, I'm looking. Nick Nurse, obviously.
Yes.
Third. That's pretty clear. Who else? I'm trying to think. The Celtics young coach is really good.
Ime Udoka.
Yeah, Ime Udoka. Yeah, he's really good. The Cavs, he's all right. I thought he was overrated anyways, but he's pretty decent job up there. And Bud, he's okay. Doc, we all know what I think of Doc anyways.
We don't even got to talk about Doc on here anymore, bro. The 103 people already know that you are.
And obviously, then you have not Doc hater. I'm just saying, when you have that much talent that you coach and you only have one championship to show for it, I'm sorry, bro.
You're a bad coach.
He's played with too much talent to only win one championship. And then you have Steve Nash, who's probably like the worst coach out of any playoff team, and which he is.
Can we crap on Steve Nash for a second? How garbage of a coach he is?
Yes, he is, man. He's bad.
So my question is, if you switch out Steve Nash for Erik Spoelstra or Mike Budenholzer or Nick Nurse, same Nets team, same season, or like not with the wins and stuff from the beginning of the season, but every problem that has happened with the Nets this year still happens. Do you think they'll still be in the same position if it's not Steve Nash coaching that team?
If it's Spoelstra, I would say they'll still be top 5, and if it's Nick Nurse, they'll be higher than 10th at least. They'll at least be 7th or something, or 6th. So. Yeah, with better coaching, the situation would have gone better.
I'm saying if it's any of those guys, they're out of the play-in because Steve Nash is evidently not ready to stand up to players. We got Erik Spoelstra out here yelling at his players like, "Bro, I am the coach. Who do you think you are?" And then we have Steve Nash like, "Yes, Mr. Kyrie."
Did you put Nash on those other teams? Like, if you put Nash on the Heat, they wouldn't be a playing team since they've been hurt for most of the year. And a big part of why they've been able to win is because of coaching.
Yeah.
Same thing with the Raptors. I don't think they'd be in the play-in, and I don't know how Nash would be able to coach a team that's. Yeah, I don't know, bro. But yeah, Nash is not that good of a coach.
Yeah, no, it's true. All this talk about coaches, okay? There's one coach specifically, not from the East, that I would like to bring up, but his name is Taylor Jenkins. All right. For those of you that don't know, Taylor Jenkins is the coach of the Memphis Grizzlies.
Yeah.
One of my favorite teams in the league, the most fun team to watch in a while. My goodness, they are 20-2 without John Morant.
Crazy.
And they have 55 wins?
Yep, looking at it right now at 55, second best in the league, only behind the Suns.
Second best in the league. A super young team. Who they got? They got
Mhm.
Desmond Bain. They got John Morant. They got Jaren Jackson Jr. They got Dylan Brooks. They got them. Sorry, what's his name? I forget his name now.
Who you
Brandon
talking
Clark.
about?
Brandon
Oh,
Clark.
yeah.
Yeah, Brandon Clark, man. They're Canadian guys on there, and they're strapped with the defense, and they got the offense. They got everything. They got a great coach in Taylor Jenkins, who I personally think is a coach of the year candidate.
Oh no, he's in my top 4 candidates. Mine would be Spoelstra, Monty Williams, Taylor Jenkins, and Ty Lue. That'd be my 4th.
In terms of top 4, I got Nick Nurse, Spo, Taylor Jenkins, and probably maybe Ty Lue, but I'm probably gonna give it to Monty Williams. But
Monty Williams should be there. But the only reason why I'm saying Ty Lue, this coaching, his performance.
You've been saying Ty Lue for a while.
It reminds me of Spoelstra. I'm trying to remember what year it was. I think it was like 2017 or something, where the Heat had like most of their lineup hurt, and they were still able to be like 500. And Spoelstra almost won Coach of the Year. I think he lost to Mike D'Antoni, but it kind of reminds me of that season. The fact that they've been able to be actually all right, and still the fact that they're still in the play-in says a lot, because when you take off Paul George and Kawhi, that the talent on the team, especially offensively,
the team's garbage,
dips down. Like this team, talent-wise, without their best 2 players, they aren't more talented than the Lakers. They're not more talented than the Pelicans. They're not even more talented than the Spurs. So, I mean, to be honest, they should have no business being in the play-in. So the fact that they are,
yeah,
and the fact that they don't turn over the ball, they play good defense, they play the right way, and at least when they've had one player in, they've been like a top 5 seed. So could you imagine if both guys were playing? Like
if Paul George and Kawhi Leonard are playing, that's a championship team.
They win the finals, in my opinion. I'd pick them to do it all, bro. Like,
no way. Above the Suns?
Yeah. Yeah. What?
Listen,
bro.
Listen. Kawhi is my favorite player on earth, but I have doubts.
I'm sorry, bro. A healthy Kawhi. Last time you saw Kawhi in the playoffs, he was giving you 30 and almost 50, 40, 90 shooting. And even Paul George was chipping in, putting in his great numbers last year. He was great in the postseason last year. So
yeah, no, he was. So
to me, you have a top 5 player, you have a top 13 player in the league, and you have a top 10 coach in the league. So I really don't. I'm not saying they'll beat this. It won't be easy, obviously, but they would definitely. If they don't, I think they'll beat the Suns, but they will at least give the Suns a problem. And their defense too. When you add those 2 guys in with Robert Covington, with Norman Powell, great trades that they made, which is going to help them next year.
Yeah, man.
So, but see, hey, remember Ty Lue, man. The reputation of Ty Lue has changed quickly. Ty Lue went from being a laughingstock, couldn't even coach his own team. I mean, to me, he wasn't allowed to coach in Cleveland, right? So
poor guy.
So now we're seeing, hey, look, Ty Lue, when he actually has the reins to coach, when he has the permission to coach, he can be really good. Could you imagine if he got this type of Ty Lue with Kyrie and LeBron? We'd be having a different story right now.
I think they're winning more championships than Golden State.
Oh, if Ty Lue was allowed to coach like this, keyword allowed to, because I don't think it's that Ty Lue. No way he figuratively suddenly knows how to coach. I find that hard to believe. I think it's just he's on a team now where he gets to have more reins of what's happening. So it's great to see, man.
Yeah, and I'm looking at this plan right now. It looks like the Grizzlies are either facing the Timberwolves or the Clippers, so they're going to face the Clippers in the first round.
I would if I'm the Grizzlies, I would rather versus the Timberwolves, especially if no Ja comes back. But here's the thing: I don't care about what the record is without Ja. And if they don't have Ja Morant in a playoff series, it's different from a regular season game.
Yeah,
and
it's impossible to tank now and get that 3 seed. It's impossible.
Yeah, because most of the teams they beat without Ja Morant have not been good teams. So the thing is, if you put them against at least a healthy Paul George Clippers team,
I mean, they beat the Suns without 4 of their starters: Ja Morant, Jaren Jackson Jr., Desmond Bain. Like, come on.
I'm not saying they're not good without them. I'm just saying, but something about playoffs, bro.
Yeah,
you need your best players because playoff time. It really depends on your best players.
Huh.
That's why most of the teams that win championships have like a top 4 player in the league. Because the game slows down, which means role players not going to get easy shots, which means that it's really the stars that are going to really be able to shine, man. So they need Ja. They need Ja, especially in the playoffs. I don't think, to me, they don't win the playoff series without him. So
3 games left in the season. Rest him.
Yeah.
Hey,
make sure he's healthy too.
Yeah. I think the Grizzlies are going to make a Suns type run this year. I think they're going to end up in the Western Conference Finals.
You know what? They could be. Look, the Warriors. They've been so horrible this year, to the point where I'm not even sure.
Yeah.
If they can make it to the. If they will beat the Grizzlies now.
Yeah.
That all depends on health. And the thing is that the Warriors, they might even fall even further. Because looking at the seeding right now, the Mavs are only a game back from the Warriors. So the Mavs could realistically, they could get that 3 seed, and the Grizzlies will beat the Mavs. I mean, now that series will be pretty close since the Mavs are like one of the best defensive team in the league. Which
is surprising. Shout out to Jason Kidd, man.
Shout out to Jason Kidd, bro. It is great job.
Defensive-minded point guard, bro. He's Steve Nash. This is how you come from a player to be a coach.
This is what he's done. 2 things. Not only got the defensive-minded, they're less reliant on Luka. Now Luka doesn't have to drop 36 and like 15 for them.
And I love that.
Now Luka could give you 28, 7 and 7.
They got Spencer Dinwiddie running that 2 guard.
Yo, and low-key one of the best trades of the trade deadline.
It didn't look good. It didn't look good, but hey, where are the Wizards at right now?
Because if I not remember, I do remember, I called this trade the worst. I said they took the biggest L in the trade deadline, and Spencer Dinwiddie, bro, you've been going off, man. Hey, man. Again, they have 3 guards now. What's his name? Jalen Brunson, Spencer Dinwiddie, and Luka, who could all dribble the ball.
Yeah.
They're going to be a really good team. And I think they'll probably get the 3rd seed if Curry doesn't come back, because I don't know what the Warriors are on right now. So,
listen, man, as of right now, the Grizzlies will probably face the Clippers in the first round.
Yeah.
After that, they'll get the Jazz or the Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're going to get the Suns. Let's face it. The Suns almost have a guaranteed final spot this year.
Yeah, nobody's going to beat the Suns. I think they're just too good of a basketball team to be beaten right now. So my question is, what are we thinking if the Grizzlies and the Suns have that Western Conference Finals matchup that I want? I don't know about you, but I know I want it. I want it. I think.
What do you think's going to happen there? Is that a 7-game series? Is it a sweep for the Suns? Is it? What is it? What do you think it is?
Honestly, I'll say the Grizzlies, they fought hard, but I think this is going to be like a 5-6 game series.
Really?
Yes. Now, to me, the only team in the West that could even give the Warriors a problem, give them the Suns a problem, would be a fully healthy Warriors team. But since I don't think that's going to really happen.
And in mid-Clay right now.
Back, and actually, Clay's been very inconsistent this year. So I don't think they need Clay to be 100%, which he's not. So to me, the Suns are going to the finals. I don't think there's that much to really stop it, unless Chris Paul injures himself or someone injures himself. Now, the East, on the other hand, and that's more interesting because there's at least about 4 to 5 teams I could see, at least 4 teams going to the finals.
Okay.
And let's see. I'm not even sure about the Sixers, but let me see. I can see the Heat, the Bucks, and the Nets. Those 3 could go to the finals to me. Honestly, at this point, I'm not a believer in the Sixers. I've seen it. I've seen too much of enough. One of the worst 4th quarter teams in basketball, for God's sake.
Oh my God, they lost to the Pistons, guys. The Pistons.
Yeah, James Harden been doo-doo, to say the least, in the 4th. In like the last 6 games. That's all. He's shooting under like 40% in the 4th quarter. Joel Embiid himself isn't that good of a 4th quarter player. As I've said before in one of the last episodes, way too turnover heavy. Likes to throw very dumb passes when he's out of the double teams. Which is another reason why I say Jokic is better than him, because, Jokic won't make simple mistakes like that.
Hey, man. We'll see at the end of the year when the MVP award is given. But just before the episode ends, okay? We're each going to give a finals prediction. No explanation. Who's going to the final? Who's going to the finals, Jordan? What do you think?
Bucks and Suns rematch last year.
I'm saying the same thing. Bucks Suns rematch. But thank you guys so much for watching. Let us know who you think is going to be in the finals, the Western Conference Finals, or the Eastern Conference Finals, whatever you would like. Let us know your opinions in the comment sections of TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify. You guys can leave reviews and everything like that. Now, wherever you guys listen to this, make sure to leave a 5-star review, a like, whatever. Make sure to like, subscribe, turn on the post notifications, and share. Because that way you get the word out about the most amazing podcast to ever exist on Earth.
Yep.
Like I said, Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp, Max Kellerman, and Stephen A. That's us, okay? But better.
Yeah.
All right? Just because, to be honest, I think I'm a better analyst than Skip Bayless, okay?
I mean, ain't nobody want to be Skip, man. Skip's
ain't nobody want to be Skip. Ain't nobody want to be Skip. Hey, but thank you guys so much for watching, all right? Like I said, make sure to like, subscribe, turn on the post notifications, and share. We appreciate you guys for giving us all the support, okay? This has been like a quarantine-only podcast, and yet we've grown so much, and we cannot wait to get in person and do this stuff for you guys. Thank you guys so much. Remember, check out Basketball Empire, okay? Use code the release for 15% off your next order. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day, night, evening, wherever you guys stay at. Peace.